The PCA came, they got some meetings coming up with the ECB, and it was just to sort of have an overview of how we're going as a group and some of the things that we want to put forward and that we feel strongly of where we want our game to go.
Yeah, it's been a great session. It's given us an opportunity to discuss the main points that we want to try and work with the PCA to develop over the next few years.
We all want to strive towards everyone being professional. That's sort of the main aim over the next few years.
It's really important that you find out what's important to the players and generally scope throughout the different regions.
For me personally, it'll just be the equality between the men and women. Financially would be a big one, but also sort of access to quality pitches and making sure that we're getting on new pitches as well, not always used.
You know, we want to play an exciting brand of cricket, but if we're playing on the edge of a square with 35-metre boundaries, we don't want that. We don't want that as players. We want to have good games of cricket, you know, that are competitive, and you walk off and you learn things.
Having some higher salaries for the younger girls coming in, for the rookies, or even some sort of part-time contracts, because the girls who are still working, it's obviously really difficult for them.
As the next few seasons go along, obviously we want to try and have a full squad to select from, and people don't have to worry about having to work and play cricket and fit everything in, so I think that'll be the big step forward for us.
Ultimately, we decided that maternity cover was the most important, and that was probably because you have that feeling of we're kind of waiting for someone to do it to then sort of know how the process is, and I think that sort of the fact that you kind of feel like that isn't acceptable, and that does need to change. Standard of cricket's gone up, the media attention in the 100 and the regional stuff. We're going to be playing more and more games at we're playing at Edgbaston a few times this year. We've got some double headers, so I think, you know, the fact that that's happening is great, but the only way we're going to get more of that is by upping the professional contracts.
Year on year we're seeing so many different changes that are really adding, and yeah, I think at the moment such small things can have such big wins.
It's something that we speak about in our sort of meetings as a team, of how can we inspire that next generation, and once they do get there, how can we make it a little bit easier for them as well.